episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
Carmelo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say. Hey, man, that intro always makes me bounce. It always makes me bounce. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. I am tonight's host at Bryce XXV Double I. As always, I got the dream team with me tonight. We the Fab Five, man. We missing my guy Scruff, but we the Fab Five in the honor of March Madness. I'm starting with the top right. Introduce yourself.
Hey, it's your boy Young Rome 22 on all socials as always. Why don't you head on over to the GoodAssSports app and grab you some merch?
Got to. If you haven't yet, you're loafing. We got bundles, we got hats, we got the gas mask. It's not gonna protect you from any gas, but you know you'll be repping the gas on your face. It's lit. It's lit. Bottom left. Let's get it.
It's your boy Dino Ragu, and some financial advice to all my folks waiting for that 1400. Man, save that shit, man. Don't be buying shit at Amazon, man. I'm tired of delivering y'all shit. Take your time. Take your money, man. Ain't no need to be spending that money.
Hey, man, you're right. You're right, man. Keep your money in your pockets. Keep your stimmy in your pockets. Invest your stimmy. Bottom right, introduce yourself.
Hey, T-Boogie, man. I don't know what y'all talking about. Stimmy just dropped. I got me a PS5 today. Miles Morales, extra controller. Hey, we lit. We lit.
Hey,
The show go on. I'm on there, Madden, all that. But y'all know what it is with me, man. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Let's go, baby.
My man said the stimmy was burning a hole in his pocket. I ain't mad
Already.
at you, bro. Do what you want with that stimmy, man. Don't let nobody guilt you into doing something crazy with your stimmy.
Almost put
man.
a diamond in my forehead. Thought about it.
Oh, shit.
My man would have
division.
to put the cubic zirconia in there with that stimmy. But let's keep it pushing, man. Let's keep it pushing. We jumping right in. Let's not waste no time, man. Some of the biggest news of the day is NFL free agency day. That's a big day for somebody like me, man. If you're anything like me, you've been refreshing your phone all day, just seeing who your team's picking up. It's been a slow one for my Washington football team, Rome. I know you can relate to that. So let's jump right into it. One team that has not wasted any time dropping their stimmy on these free agents is the Patriots, man. Bill Belichick said, look, this is the last time I'm not in the playoffs. I ain't mad at Bill. I ain't mad at Bill at all, man. So what you guys think of the Patriots' first couple moves? They went and signed the best two tight ends in free agency. I thought that was a big deal. Gerardo, man, jump in.
I heard that new song, Get It Back in Blood, right? So that's Tom Brady telling Bill Belichick. Well, Bill Belichick is telling the NFL, well, hold on, stay right there. I'll be right back. Don't move. My man went to go grab an extended clip, and he's shooting his whole play. So, my boy is not playing. Oh, man, I feel bad if you're a Patriot. I mean, if you're a Jets fan, a Bills fan, and a Dolphins fan. Y'all thought y'all was winning that division again this year. I had a fight chance. It's over. It's over for anybody thinking in that division they're gonna win that division again, or or coming in first place. Bill Belichick is. Remember how during the game that he was apologizing to Cam. Now we see why he was apologizing to Cam for not having him no weapons to throw out there. Now he's like, Cam, we're gonna have an all season. Gave him 14, I believe, and he's giving him weapons. Cam's best when he has tight ends. Look at him and Greg Olsen. That was the duo. Now he didn't just give him one Greg Olsen, but even two better versions of Greg Olsen. And oh man, I feel bad. I feel bad for any defenses that gotta go through that.
Man, I think I agree, G. I think I said it last week on the show. All Cam needs is a running game and some tight ends. And he gonna ball out. He got the tight ends. The running game not there yet, but hey, step one completed by Bill Belichick, man. T-Boogie, I'm pretty sure you was talking crazy about Cam. I don't know if I call it crazy, but it didn't seem like you had much belief in number one, man. So what do you think about the move the Patriots have made, kind of building around Cam? What you think about their move so far?
I don't think they're building around Cam. I think they're building around the next guy they're going to draft. I mean, once the draft unfolds, I'll tell you exactly what week Cam will be pulled as the starter. It'll probably be by bye week. But to me, like G said, man, they went and got weapons. Cam probably called Bill like boss. The kids calling me ass. help me. So he went out and got some tight ends. And Cam has, you know what I'm saying, he does have a history with those big body pass catchers. Like, you know, he's had sporadic accuracy issues. What's better for a guy that could, you know what I'm saying, got a rifle arm, but, you know, might miss some of the smaller, shifty guys. Get him a big guy. I asked two of those guys. He went out and got my man Kendrick Bourne from the 49ers. That's an underrated move right there. It's a guy that can play inside and outside. Nelson Aguilar, another guy that can play inside, outside. So I think you're going to see an evolution of the Patriots offense altogether. And they're going to play defense. I think they're going to run the ball and move the chains and play defense. Belichick is back. You know what I'm saying? No matter who's at that quarterback next year, I think the Patriots are back.
Man, Belichick is definitely back. He's in his bag for sure. We'll find out if they back, but he is definitely in his bag. And not only did they get the tight ends, but they also went and nabbed your guy, Kendrick Bourne from the Niners, right? And then they picked up one of the biggest surprises of last year when it came to wide receivers and Nelson Aguilar. I think we all counted Nelson Aguilar out, especially my man Scruff. I know Scruff couldn't stand Aguilar. But now, you know, after that year with the Raiders, he made himself a nice little piece of change. Ron, what do you think about it?
They got Matt Judon too. You saying they got pass rushers. They didn't just go. They got Jalen Mills, another Eagle. You know what I'm saying? Another guy that can move between safety, corner, like a Patriots type of guy. You could put him all over the field.
Fact,
yeah, let's not forget about all those defensive players that opted out last season too. A lot of those guys will be coming back as well. So Bill definitely knew what he was doing, getting Cam back. And you might be onto something. They might be building for another QB, but I don't think it's going to be this season. I think Bill's going to ride it out with Cam. I think he knows what he's got. I mean, the Patriots were a team to contend with. They didn't have very much, but they played teams close. They were right there with the Bills. A couple other teams that made the playoffs. They were right there with all of them. So I think Cam with some weapons next year, the Patriots are definitely back. It'll be tough to contend with the Bills though. The Bills still got a lot of weapons and they can put up a lot of points. But I think Bill Belichick knows exactly what he's doing, and I think he's going to ride it out with Cam. I don't see Cam getting benched at all next season. I don't care who they draft.
So would you draft Cam on your fantasy team?
Is
Possibly.
it a
If they keep putting these weapons around him.
2 quarterback league, give him to me.
Hey, didn't you draft him last year?
Of course I drafted him because, you know what I'm saying, when I got my crystal ball, I know what's going to happen. I told you Patriots will pick him up, and I'm telling you the Patriots are going to bench him. You know, you got to listen to me.
We shall see.
Okay.
That's crazy. How you? Well, I don't like. So the Patriots, they're gonna get what, a top 10 pick right this year, right? They're gonna waste on a quarterback.
I think they put it around 7, maybe. I can't remember.
I think they right at 7. Yep.
They're not gonna waste it on a quarterback. Any quarterback that's in the 6th round, if he gets one, they're not beating Cam for that quarterback spot. And you know he's gonna need a receiver. And definitely this year's draft is nothing but elite receivers coming out of this class. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes receiver instead of defense or line. Give Cam more weapons.
That would be crazy. We know one thing about Belichick over his time in New England. He doesn't do the first round quarterback. He dumpster dives when it comes to quarterbacks, and he develops them. And it usually works out pretty well. So we'll see what they do, man. I definitely think that it's built around Cam Newton to succeed right now. And I think he will. I truly think he will. One thing I know for a fact is before COVID hit him, Cam was balling. I get it. That was only maybe 2 or 3 games. But before it happened, he was balling out for the Patriots, man. It looked like they were on their way. I think we even mentioned it early in the season how good they looked. And then things changed drastically. But it seems like T, you're all the way out. Me, Rome, and G, we all in on the Patriots right now. They making big time moves, man. Any other words on the Pats?
This doesn't put them past Mahomes. So yeah, I don't even
think it puts him in the conversation. It doesn't even put him past the Bills.
What?
Spicy. I think it puts him back up there with the Bills. Hey, look at your man. Look at your man, Ron. He's going to always.
Scruff isn't on the show, man. We don't need this slander, this ridiculous Jalen Hurts nonsense.
How do we block that guy?
How do we? Yeah, man. Somebody block. Look, man. We got a bet going right now. Me and Rome both bet Scruff a nice fresh $20 bill that Cam Newton will have more total touchdowns than Jalen Hurts. To me, that's an automatic 20. But we'll see how it pans out, man. It seems like them Eagles fans got a lot of faith in Hurts right now. Cam Newton over Hurts.
You guys got Nick looking like the government giving us $20 stimulus checks. Damn, Jesus Christ.
Hey, if he's giving out dubs, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. So let's keep it pushing, man, to some other big headlines in NFL free agency. Another one that I think, I gotta circle back to the Washington football team for a second. Ryan Fitzpatrick, man, to the Washington football team. What did you guys think about this move? Fitz to DC. Is it going to be Fitz magic or is it going to be Fitz tragic? I got to start with you, Ron.
Oh, I mean, you already know it. It's going to be a little bit of both, man. Like, Ryan Fitzpatrick is both of the things you said. He's Fitz magic and he's Fitz tragic. He could beat a top tier team for no good reason in a game that he has no business winning, or he could get blown out by the Jets by 30 points, throwing 3-4 interceptions. So you never really know what you're going to get. But I love this move. I think it was one of the best moves of free agency because what it allows is Kyle Allen and Taylor Heineke a chance to still compete for the job, and it allows Washington to not spend too much on a quarterback. You can still get somebody in the draft. You can still do something next year. It gives you a nice bridge quarterback into the next season and allows you to still build up the team because, truth be told, Washington still has a lot of holes.
That's a fact. T, what do you think about the move?
Nothing. I mean, it's not even on my radar. I saw it come down my timeline on Twitter. I scrolled past it, didn't even care. I mean, Fitz doesn't make that team better. He doesn't make the team worse. Like you said, potentially a bridge guy. Like you said, Washington has a lot of holes. They're not ready to win right now, so the signing didn't mean a whole lot to me. I do think, though, that if you get him a receiver, maybe bring in Juju, right? So you got Juju, Terry, you got a tight end. You bring in a receiver, Galladay. If you find a way to get a receiver, then maybe you get another playoff appearance, but it's not enough to get you past Brady. It's not enough to get you past a couple of the other squads. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't on my radar.
I'm just saying, Taylor Heineke was almost enough to get him past Brady, but that's a whole nother conversation. G, any thoughts on Fitz magic to the Washington football team?
Where quarterbacks come to die. That's what I thought. I'm like, you guys are just stagnant, literally just stagnant when it comes to quarterback. Like, what are you guys gonna want to tank 1 year just to get decent number 1 pick or like a top 3 picks for a quarterback? But instead of y'all just did this, like stagnant. It's like another Alex Smith signing. It is what it is. Nothing more, nothing less.
I feel that.
I'll tell you this right now. We got the second best quarterback in the NFC East.
Debatable. So debatable.
And you know it. As soon as that's why you had to think about it. Because you know it.
Oh my God. It's so debatable. It's like what he says, like, or like what you said, like, y'all gonna go against the Jets and just throw like 5 interceptions. Like, oh, it is what it is. Yeah, second best quarterback.
Hey, he's still good to win a 7-8 game.
Quarterback to him. So I don't even know. I think I got the third best quarterback. And he's also a better quarterback.
I would take him over Daniel Jones, and I would take him over Jalen Hurts.
I think I'm with you on that. I don't think that's too tough of a decision right there. But let's stick with quarterbacks for a second, fellas, because Jameis Winston re-signed for around a $10 million deal with the New Orleans Saints. He was a big free agent name when it came to quarterbacks. Who do y'all think starts this season or I should say next season in New Orleans between Jameis and Taysom Hill? Who y'all rolling with? T, I'm starting with you.
Ooh, that's a good one. I was looking at that. I saw they gave Taysom the fake contract, gave him all that money, all them years, but they're all voided. Fancy salary cap tricks. So to me, it appears they might be financially more invested in Jameis, but it's going to come down to camp and whoever can move the chains. I think obviously Jameis can throw the ball better, right? So the offense is probably more explosive, but Taysom can grind you out first downs. You know what I'm saying? He can move the sticks. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a flavor of the week type of situation. I wouldn't be surprised if you see them split starts during the season, but I think it's going to be Taysom's job going in week 1.
Yeah. I think I tend to disagree with that. I think they're going to start with Jameis, but I mean, it does seem like Sean Payton loves him some Taysom Hill, so we know Taysom's going to see the field one way or another. G, who you got, Jameis or Taysom?
I'm gonna have to agree with T. It's gonna be Hill's job to lose at this point. So far, they paid him that contract. I guess just Jameis is just in case he gets hurt or just in case another stagnant quarterback that you just need a gunslinger at this point. Because we all know Jameis is a gunslinger. He could just whip that shit. So at this point, it's just like they're just covering all their bases. You got a nice backup in Jameis. Unless Jameis wins the starting job during the summer, until then it's just Taysom Hill's job to lose.
I just don't see how Taysom Hill, a guy who really, like T said, really can't throw the ball all that well, beats out a 5,000-yard passer. It's going to be tough, but Ron, who you rolling with, man?
Man, I can't believe I'm about to do this, man, but I got to disagree with both of them. I got to go with Jameis Winston. I think he's going to win out the starting job. Taysom Hill is not a starting quarterback, not for the stretch of 16, 17 games. I mean, even if he is the week one starter, he'll probably get benched, and it'll probably be before Cam Newton because Taysom Hill is not a real quarterback. But what's crazy is Sean Payton does love him some Taysom Hill, so even if he gets benched, it won't be a true benching. Taysom Hill will still see the field. But the only way that Jameis Winston doesn't get this starting job is if Jameis Winston doesn't get this starting job. Like, it's on him. This is his chance. This is his opportunity. Drew Brees is out the way. Don't let Taysom Hill, this white boy that can't even throw the ball, don't let him take your job, man. Don't let him take your shine. This might be Jameis's last chance to ever eat a W in the NFL again.
Yeah, man. I feel like Jameis might lose his. He should honestly starting. He should never start just because of the fact he tried to eat a W. Eating a W might have been the worst thing. All the picks aside, no, including the picks, I think eating a W was the worst thing Jameis Winston ever did on the football field, bro. Like, when he was doing that, the players were just looking at him with the side eye, like, what is this dude doing, bro? But hey, man, I guess that's his way of riling the troops up, man. I got to roll with Jameis too, though, Rome. I can't see Taysom Hill taking that spot from Jameis Winston. Like I said, 5,000-yard passer. I know he did the 30 for 30 touchdowns, 30 picks once upon a time, but he got his eyes fixed, and we haven't really seen him in big action because he got his eyes fixed. So I'm excited to see if Jameis Winston can run with that starting job. But we shall see. Let's stick with quarterbacks one more time, man, because you know it's the position that makes the world go around in the NFL. The Houston Texans, they signed Tyrod Taylor to a one-year deal, paying him around $10, $11 million. Is the writing on the wall for Deshaun Watson, fellas? And if so, where would you choose for his landing spot? T, I'm starting with you.
No idea, man. I know Russ wants out, but I know Russ doesn't want to go to Houston. I honestly, the Jets maybe. Jets still seem like a player here. They have a pick, they have a quarterback. I don't know because they don't have to move him. They could really just bench him and play Tyrod at this point. I don't know if they brung him in to threaten him like, hey, we'll just sit you here. But I don't know where he goes. My mind goes to the Jets. I still think if anywhere, New York's the spot for him.
That would be wild, man, if he goes to New York. I could see him in a big city like that. I got it down in New York or Miami myself. G, I see you shaking your head, man. What you think about Deshaun? I remember you saying that Cam Newton was better than Deshaun Watson. We might have to get into that for a sec, bro.
He is. Right now, he is. Better team, better coach, better situation, better defense.
What?
Cam is a better guy. Shit. But I got to disagree with T on this. He said the wrong New York team. He can come to the New York Giants, baby. Shit, I'll give the Texans everything they fucking want, except for Saquon. You can have anybody you want except for Saquon.
That's who it's going to take.
Shit, they could take Danny. They could take the next 5 first-round picks. You can sprinkle on top a little bit the second rounders on top of that. What? He said the wrong New York team. What? I would love to have him with us. Our offensive line got a little bit better. Forget about it. He makes any receiver look good. Clearly, he made those receivers in Texas look good, except for Hopkins. I'll give him that much. Hopkins is the truth. I will never take nothing away from him. But besides that, bro, what with the New York Giants with him and Saquon Barkley? Oh my God, we'll be the team. We'll be the team of the East.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like Deshaun anywhere gonna make the guys around him look good. I just don't see the Giants happening at all. They haven't even been mentioned in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. But Rome, man, what do you think about Deshaun?
I mean, like, what are we giving up? You guys, because you gotta give up. You gotta give crazy picks. Like
Hey, I'm
clearly the
telling you now,
market for him
if
is
you're
like
not
5 first rounders.
if you're not giving up Saquon, you're already out because the Panthers were willing to give up CMC. So if you ain't giving up Saquon, they probably ain't talking. Which leads me to my point, which is he's probably not going anywhere. He's probably not going anywhere at all. It sounds like the owner and the coach are going to play hardball. They got Tyrod. He can run a similar style offense. So it sounds like they're gonna play hardball and try not to let him go anywhere. The only team that I could really see, or the only two teams that I could see coming in and making something happen, y'all already mentioned the Jets and the Dolphins. The Dolphins could try to package Tua, some picks, and something like that. But then the Jets, man, they got the picks and they got the cap space, and it makes a lot of sense for him to go to New York. But you got to remember, there's a no trade clause, so Deshaun Watson has some say in this. They can't just trade him to any team. He can shoot this down too. So it's a sticky situation, man.
Yeah, I think that's something that's getting lost in all this. That Deshaun does have a significant amount of power with that no trade clause.
But
So
does he get paid? Quick question: is that contract voided if he doesn't start? Does he get paid? Does he have to give any of that money back for refusing to come to mini camp, training camp? Is the contract voided?
Man, I don't know if Watson's that kind of dude. I don't know if he sits if they don't trade him. I think he plays.
T, you gonna add on to that?
Nah, I think that's exactly what I was gonna say. If they play hardball, even if he sits 2, 3, 4 games, I mean, I don't think they void that contract, but I know he probably wouldn't get paid, so he'll probably show up and play. I mean, I can't. Have we seen who we seen sit out like a quarterback? I don't think we've seen a quarterback sit out the entire season. I mean, that's kind of crazy when you think about it. So he's going to play some form of fashion. He's going to play.
Yeah, it's just all about seeing if he can, wield his power. The power. Stars got the power these days. I mean, we see it in the NBA all the time now, and it seems like it's coming to the NFL. I'm not against it. You guys know my power to the players movement that I stand firmly behind. It's going to be interesting to see what Deshaun Watson can do, man, if he plays in Houston or not. But keeping it pushing, man, to another guy who got a big deal. We coming to New York, G. We coming to New York, man. Leonard Williams was one of the biggest deals so far of free agency. 3 years, $63 million. Leonard Williams getting 20 mil per after not really doing much at his previous stop in New York Jets. And now he's on the Giants after one big-time season getting big-time cash. G, I got to start with you, man. What do you think about the signing? Do you approve?
Gettleman has to do something because this is Gettleman's make or break year with him and Danny. If Danny doesn't break out and Gettleman doesn't do the right thing with this offseason, with drafting the right players, he got to go. It's time to vamoose, my boy. You got to go. Big Apple wasn't for you. You look like you're a country boy. You got to go back over there and go down south and try to be a GM or try to be some recruiter down there, but not be in New York. We want it now and fast. We waited 4 years. The only best thing he got out of us was Saquon, and that was just a give me by the Browns that they gave us Saquon, because they could have drafted Saquon and then got Baker with their other first round pick. So that was a give me. But he's been doing his thing. He revamped the defense, and I can't blame him for having off season with the Jets. We're talking about the Jets now. Jets. We're talking about the Jets. He come to a real New York team, man. He's balling out. Look at him now. His stats, like the year before that, he gave us mediocre stats because it was half the season that he played with us. And out of full season with the New York Giants, he balled out. I believe he was a Pro Bowler, right? Or if not, yeah, he was a Pro Bowler. He did his thing. Now look at him now. Got paid. Got a $45 million guaranteed. It's $63 million, I believe, for 3 years. So I think the Giants are heading in the right direction when it comes to defense. Last year they ended up in the top 10 defense, so it's only way to go up.
I feel that. What you guys think, man? Do you think Leonard Williams was worth that bread? I don't know. $20 million per for a guy that only has one good season. Seems like a lot of bread to me, man. I know it's monopoly money. It's not my money, so what do I really care? But fellas, sound off.
Yeah, I mean it's a sizable contract, but I like to see it happen because those guys up front don't get enough love. And I think Leonard Williams was a big part of that Giants defense, which was a big part of half their success, really any of their success this season. It needs to be attributed to the defense. So it's good to see that side of the ball get paid, especially the big guys, because a lot of the plays that they make don't show up on highlights. You know what I mean? You kind of got to dig a little deep to see what they really do. So it's nice to see a big man like that get paid.
Facts. T, what you think, man? You got a big man that might be getting paid in San Francisco with Trent Williams. 20 mil per. Do you think Leonard Williams is worth that? And do you think Trent Williams is worth that? I want to hear it.
I mean, if Leonard is worth it, Trent is worth more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pay your pass rusher. I mean, the pass protector more than you can pay the pass rusher. He's blocking the guy. He's keeping your quarterback upright. I think Trent's worth more than 20. I think Leonard's, that's a good contract for him. Anytime you add on that defensive side in the trenches, and it's a player that can help. Jury's out how much he'll help, but I think he'll fit right in. But anytime you get better in the trenches, you get better overall. That's where football starts. If you look at any of the good teams, man, they're going to win in the trenches at least on one side of the ball, at very least on one side of the ball. So it's a good signing. I don't think the Giants will make too much noise, but if you can play defense and get Saquon going, you could be in a lot of games, and maybe Danny can win some at there. Just playing defense and running the ball. I know it's a pass-happy league, but come winter, gotta move the sticks.
Are you saying that Danny could be the second best quarterback in our division? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Shot my shot.
No.
Shoot and shoot, baby. Shoot and shoot.
Danny will probably. I mean, they got the man John Ross. They didn't get him much help, but that's what it sounds. I mean, look, you got Saquon, then you get a guy that can fly like John Ross, pulling a safety out of the box, hopefully, potentially. So I see what they're trying to do. They just got to put it together, and any given Sunday. So Giants could be the team that surprises people next season. I doubt it, but you never know.
You never know. Crazier things have definitely happened, man. I don't see it for the Giants, but NFC East has got a new winner every single season. So Washington football team won last year. Maybe it's the Giants' turn to roll the dice. We'll see, man. We'll see. So let's stick on this NFL free agency for just a little bit longer, fellas. Some of the best, worst signings, some of the top guys still available that you are surprised haven't got signed yet. Let's just throw out some surprises, some of the best, some of the worst. I want to hear some of you guys' thoughts on the overall state of free agency right now. Rome, I'm going to start with you, bro.
One of my biggest surprises was the Bud Dupree signing to the Titans, man. I thought the Steelers wouldn't have let him walk. But I think that's a big move for the Titans. I think it helps a defense that needs it. And like we were just talking about pass rushers, man. You can't have enough of them. But Dupree is a solid one. I think they might have overpaid a little bit, but time will tell. So Bud Dupree was a surprise signing for me.
Yeah, especially considering they groomed him, man. I love Bud Dupree coming out of Kentucky. That was my guy. I thought he was going to really take the league on fire. I don't think he's been as dominant as I kind of predicted him to be early on, but definitely been one of the top half of the league pass rushers, I'd say. Any other surprise? Any other big signings? Any other guys you're shocked are still on the market?
I mean, I like what Jacksonville's doing. I like what Urban Meyer's doing. I mean, he just signed Marvin Jones. I was wondering where Marvin Jones Jr. would go, and they're going to draft Trevor Lawrence. What better than a vet receiver? You know what I'm saying, to help groom your rookie quarterback. So him and Chart, they got Carlos Hyde. Looks like they're putting together a team that could potentially win in the next 2-3 years. Maybe not next year, maybe 7-8 wins, but I like what they're doing. They got Shaquille Griffin from the Seahawks. So you got a corner. You need a corner. They're trying to rebuild. I like it.
Yeah, Jag making moves. And, one thing about Urban Meyer, he studied a lot of these guys that are free agents more than anybody because he's watched them all the way coming up through the high school ranks. So a guy like Urban Meyer is always going to have a leg up on everybody else. One of my biggest surprises is the receivers, man. I came into the free agency thinking the receivers were going to go off like wildfire. I thought we were just going to see receiver after receiver sign the big money. But you look down, you still got Galladay on the board. You still got Juju Smith-Schuster on the board. Still got Curtis Samuel, who's one of my favorite receivers this year's free agency class. He's still available. It's wild to think that the receivers haven't been going like that, especially in a receiver-needy league, in a league where every team's looking for that top guy receiver. Any more surprise or any other shocks from this year's free agency?
The Hunter Henry one from the Patriots. After they signed the first tight end and then to go for double back on another one, that was my shocker. I didn't see that one happen. I'm like, damn, they're really trying to ball out.
Yeah, gotta respect it, man. Bill Belly is in his bag, that's for sure, man. So we'll see what comes of that. Man. So let's transition away from all this NFL free agency talk. But if anybody has anything for the comments, man, drop it. I want to hear what people's favorite or worst signing is so far in free agency. So let's move on to a little bit of culture, man. You know, we always got to touch on the culture. At the end of the day, it is sports for the culture. So let's do a good old what are you watching? I'm excited to hear what you fellas are watching right now. It seems like some good things on TV right now. It seems like TV starting to come back. Rome, man, you got something good for us, bro?
Yeah, man. I actually just finished up this series on Netflix. It's an anime. It's called Erased. It was really dope. It's about this dude. He has like a power where he can like go back to his younger self and kind of fix something. Like if he makes a mistake or someone's in danger, he can kind of save them. So he ends up going all the way back to when he's in elementary school, and something happens. I won't give it away. Something happens to a classmate or whatever. Some real traumatic stuff when they're children. And the whole series basically follows him trying to fix that and figure out what happens. It's a crazy show. It's one of them shows that you definitely get hooked into. And I ended up just binging it, watching it, I think, the whole night. Like, it's that good. 10 out of 10, I would highly recommend it.
Hey, you definitely just sold that joint, because I'm going to have to check that one out, bro. You definitely sold it, man. They need you on the marketing team. I'm going to definitely check that one out. Gerardo, man, you got anything for us?
Tonight is the premiere for the Mayans. They're right now. They're dropping 2 episodes for tonight, and I'm gonna binge watch a little bit right before going to sleep after the show. And I'm excited that's coming back on. Big fan. If you're a fan of Sons of Anarchy, this is like the other storyline.
Okay, dope. Yeah, I actually have seen a lot of. They've got a good marketing team. I've seen a lot of those commercials going around for the Mayans, so maybe that's another one that we should all check out. Boogie, I know you got something good for us.
Yeah, man. No, what's cool is I've seen the first 1 or 2 episodes of Erased, and I've been meaning to get back to it. I saw it a long time ago before it was on Netflix. It did seem good, so that I'm a mental note that one and make sure I jump back in. But I've been watching Last Chance U, the basketball Last Chance U.
I need to check that out.
Hey, man, that thing is intense, man. Them stories of them guys that had those opportunities that ruin the opportunities, or they just going through something in life that put them in a situation where they kind of got to get it out the mud. They kind of really got to grind. They're at I think it's East Los Angeles Community College, way out Cali. Can't live on campus. Yeah, that Last Chance U is real, man. It's a guy from DeMatha out there. He went to Oak Hill too. Look, just watch it, man. If you love the football one and you're a basketball fan, you're going to really love the basketball one, man. The coach is crazy, throwing tantrums. He's going off on the players, but it's really good. I'm about 3-4 episodes in. So watching it with my son, you know what I'm saying, just showing him, you know, where basketball could take you if you don't, where life could take you if you don't take this stuff serious. So that's a good one, man. I recommend Last Chance U.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that one out, bro. The football one's always classic, so I'm definitely going to check that Last Chance U out. D-Money, what up, bro? Hey, one thing I've been watching, well, I only got through about half of it, man. Y'all know how time flies, man. But I started watching the Biggie documentary. I got a story to tell, man. I think we all know a good amount about Notorious B.I.G.'s story, right? I mean, everybody's seen the movie. We all kind of grew up with him, you know, a little bit at least. I was kind of young at that time, but we all kind of grew up with Biggie. We all grew up with his music. But man, this documentary is so much better than anything I've ever seen on Biggie, bro. This might be one of the best rap documentaries I've ever seen, man, because they really go into his life. They got all his childhood friends in the documentary, and they're just breaking down the evolution of B.I.G. To me, he's the best rapper of all time, you know. So I mean, big props to B.I.G. If y'all haven't checked that documentary out, it's definitely worth giving it a look, man, for sure. So let's keep it pushing, man. Let's move on to the next biggest news, man. It's got to be none other than the tourney, man. The NCAA tourney. We will all be watching that come the end of the week, man. Ron, what you thinking about the tourney, man?
Man, there's a lot to get into with this tourney, man. We didn't get the tourney last year, you know. Last year around this time, everything shut down. For me personally, I knew it was real when they said we weren't getting the tourney. That was crazy. That was when the Rona really hit. But this year, here we are. We got it. March Madness is back. It looks a little different. But let's jump right into it, man. Let's talk about some sleepers, some shockers, and some teams that are on a lock to make a run. T Boogie, man, I'm gonna start with you, man. Who is your biggest sleeper for the NCAA tournament?
This is a crazy year, man, because people's schedule have been changed because of COVID. Some guys had to sit out. Some guys played more than they should have. Everybody's a sleeper except Gonzaga. To be honest with you, but if I could just name a team that I think could make a run, the Scarlet Knights.
Hey, my God. Let's get it.
Hey, no, the Scarlet Knights might do some things, but let me think. Just a sleeper team. Maybe Oregon. They're down there in the bracket. They got to get past potentially Luka Garza. I think they can do it in Iowa. So that's my sleeper team. I'm going to go with Oregon. I don't know where I'm going to put them in my bracket just yet. I'm trying to wait to the last minute, but I like Oregon. I like Tennessee, but I really like Oregon.
Oregon is a good pick for a sleeper. G, man, who you got as a sleeper for the NCAA?
Oh, man, T already robbed me of my choice. Man, I'm going with the home team. It's only right. And my shocker was Duke and Kentucky not making it. Those are my two shockers for not making it this year. When we're talking about shockers, man, I at least thought one of those two at least make it. Duke had like a little chance, but they just gave it up. That's my big shocker. And yeah, it was like what T said. Gonzaga's like they're looking like they're trying to win back to back. But this time you can't call it back to back through the last year. But Gonzaga's just looking undefeated right now. They're looking crazy. I'd be damned if they lose to anybody this year.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Gonzaga is also who I had as my lock. Bryce, man, who do you see as a lock and who you got as your sleeper?
Oh, man, I don't think you can go wrong with Gonzaga. It's hard to pick locks right now when the field is as even as it is this year with all the uncertainty with COVID. It is tough to pick a lock. But sleepers, I got a couple, man. One, I got to give a shout-out to my Hoyas, man. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a diehard Georgetown fan. My guy, Patrick Ewing, before the Big East tournament started, the Hoyas had a losing record. So they really had no shot to make the tournament without winning their conference championship. And what did they do? They won their conference championship. They've got a couple ballers, man. Jamarco Pickett. If you're not hip to Jamarco Pickett, he's about a 6'9", slim built, combo forward type. Plays a little bit of the 3, plays a little bit of the 4. He can get his own shot though, mostly jumpers, but he can get his own bucket. They got a couple shooters at the point guard and shooting guard position. Then they got my guy Kudus Wahab, man, big man in the middle. You can tell the seasoning Patrick Ewing has given him has rubbed off because he balled the whole Big East tournament. Was I'm not gonna call it dominant, but he had some stretches of dominance during the Big East tournament. So they can keep that guy out of foul trouble. I think Georgetown could really upset some folks. I think they got Colorado in their first game, and I'm not expecting too much out of Colorado. I would love to see Georgetown get that W, and I actually think they will. My next sleeper, and this is a team. This is one of those matchups. What is it? The 2-15. I think that's the one that you always catch somebody sleeping. Is that 2-15 matchup? And Iowa, who has been like the darling of college basketball this season with their big man Luka Garza, they play Grand Canyon. And I know you're probably saying Grand Canyon, like who cares about Grand Canyon University, right? But Grand Canyon's got a big man that I like a lot. I want to get this name right. Asbjorn Midtgaard. Sounds like something out of
the 7-footer.
Right. Sounds like he's going for the 7th ring or something. But yeah, Asbjorn Midtgaard is a Wichita State transfer. Damn near average double-double this season. Been balling out for wait for it. The Antelopes. Yes, Grand Canyon's their mascot is the Antelope. How you gonna be the Antelope? What you gonna do, man? You gotta be a lion. And I don't think Iowa, they Hawkeyes, they're not lions. So I think Grand Canyon comes away with that W, man. They got another big man, another 7-footer over there who is a Euro baller. They got a point guard, Blackshear, averaging 5 assists. So that's my sleeper. That's my ultimate sleeper team right there. I got Grand Canyon University making a run all the way to the Sweet 16 in my bracket. You got to have one. Every year is a Florida Gulf Coast that just makes some noise, man.
They will have to get past my Oregon. A 7-footer will help you, but the tourney's about guard play, man. You need guard. You know what I'm saying? But anything can happen.
Yeah, that is a fact. You do need some good guard play. But the interesting about a big man, at least the one guy, I think his last name is Alexander or something like that. He's a 3-point shooter. So in the college game, you don't got too many 7-foot 3-point shooters. I think that can balance it out a little bit for him. Grand Canyon University is my big sleeper. And I always got to shout out RU. My guy Ron Harvard Jr. balling. RU finally got some big bodies in the paint, bro. It seems like it's been years. We never had no dominant big man since my guy Hamadi Ncaa, man, the last Rutgers big man to make it to the league. So I'm excited to see RU take the big stage, man. And not only the RU men, but the RU women too. I know they're gonna make some big noise. So if you're watching the men's tournament, you got to watch the women's tournament too.
Most definitely. Why don't we mention this bracket that we're about to get into, man? We got our own little gas bracket coming up. Yeah, man. Bryce was already mentioning who he's got going to the Sweet 16 and whatnot. I don't want to give away too much because the bracket isn't a lock just yet. So without trying to give away too much, man, you guys want to talk about how your bracket's going to look?
I mean, I haven't even like I said, I'm kind of waiting a little bit. I want to do a little bit more research on some of the smaller schools and mid-majors I haven't seen before. But yeah, we got the bracket challenge for gas. We're going to tweet that out. You can find the link in our bio on our social media. Sign up, man. If you know about college football, you just want to beat one of the panelists. You think they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Show us. But yeah, I haven't figured out my bracket other than I'm sending Gonzaga all the way through, man. They got my man Jalen Suggs out there balling. He was a two-sport athlete, man. Quarterback, point guard. The guy can play. So that's all I will give away from my bracket. I already gave y'all Oregon. I can't give you too much more.
Watch out for Texas Tech.
That's enough. That's enough for you.
Yeah, no, that is a fact. It is a fact. Definitely, if you're not in the gas bracket challenge, hop in there. Winner gets a gas bundle, and we're thinking of other prizes to add on. It might be $100 gift card to somewhere around $100 Amazon gift card. So we're thinking of some other ideas to sweeten the pot for the winner of the gas bracket challenge. Last time we did something like this, it was not a gas panelist that won. I'm talking about the fantasy football league. None of us came out on top. So it seems like the crowd knows what they're looking at, man. We got real sports fans that follow gas. Hey, but getting back to the tournament a little bit, I think it's some big names out there that I'm excited to see play, man. One guy that I've been following super closely this year, and I love to hear what y'all think of him, is my guy Cade Cunningham. Y'all know I've been talking about Cade Cunningham since the beginning of the season. Definitely my favorite NBA prospect out of this crop of NCAA talent. What y'all think about Cade Cunningham, man? Y'all think he got a shot to make a run in the tournament? And what you guys think about him on the next level?
Cade is a dog, man. I mean, he's been a dog since high school. 6'8", smooth game, can do everything. The knock on him is he really isn't explosive. If you watch him play, you won't see any electrifying dunks. But what you will see is you look up, my man had 28 points, and you wouldn't even notice it. I mean, he's developing his jump shot. I like him. He's probably, they say he's the most can't-miss pick, in college right now. I don't know if he'll go number one. A lot of people have him as consensus number one pick. I don't have him one, but the guy can ball, man. He's worth watching it. He's playing. Check him out, man. He can do it all. My boy Chris texted me, said he reminds him of Grant Hill. That's a tough comparison. Like I said, I think Grant was a little more explosive, a little more tenacious on defense, but the guy can go, man.
Yeah, nah, he's a baller, bro.
Yeah, OK State. They an attorney. He's the type of guy that can really propel a team all the way through, kind of like a Melo did when he was at Syracuse back in the day. He's that type of talent, but he has to get going. I mean, if he had a 40-point game, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'd love to see a run like that in this year's tournament, man. I think another guy that could possibly make a run like that is my guy from USC, man, Evan Mobley, man. Evan Mobley is a straight dog, bro.
Big fella.
Big fella, can stretch the floor, can jam on you. I like Evan Mobley a lot, man. I think there's a couple players with a shot to really make some noise in this tournament, man. But yeah, I think you spot on Cade Cunningham. Not the most explosive, but the game is silky smooth.
The guy I'm looking for is my man from Illinois, Ayo Dosunmu. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name right, but you know him when you see the mask. You watch Illinois play, man. He's all over the court. He's doing everything. He's on offense. He's on defense. He's getting steals. He's getting rebounds. He's getting assists. The guy's a dog. He's a guy that can really fly the board in the draft too. It's a lot of guys coming out that I really, really like just watching them as college players. that doesn't always translate. Like you got in Iowa, Luka Garza, dominant guy, potentially second round pick, maybe. But yeah, my guy Io, man, he balls. Like now he got the mask on, so that's another guy to watch out for.
No, he is a baller. And Scrub is right, man. Bama's got to stop recreating that Kobe pick, especially after a conference championship. You at least got to win the NCAAs if you're trying to recreate the Kobe pick, man. You can't just win the conference chip, 3 straight games won, and you taking the pick like you Kobe, man. I don't know about that. But I feel them, though. They young. Well,
I mean,
go ahead, T. My bad.
I was saying another guy to look out for is my man Jaden Springer, man. Tennessee. Tennessee got 2 dogs at guards too, man. Tennessee can make a run just on guard play alone. A shooter, pure shooter. So I don't know. So man, this is one of my favorite times of the year. I remember being in high school asking the teacher, what I'm saying, hey, can you turn the TV on? What I'm saying, can we get the CBS on? Watch the March Madness. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they wouldn't. But it's my favorite time of the year. Now I'm home. Normally I'm in the office, got to watch it on the internet and all that. I'm home now. I'm watching every single game I can.
Nah,
do you ever do a work bracket?
Yeah, I've done plenty of work brackets. I won a few, lost a lot, but you do them and you enjoy it. March Madness is so crazy. You just when your bracket gets busted, if it's from a Cinderella team, you enjoy that run, man. What's the team that's in there? Loyola, Chicago or something with Sister Jean. The 101-year-old lady.
Oh my God!
Like it's great stories made this time of year.
Wait, you guys remember who won the last bracket?
Was it UG? Because you asking that question like you got that W. I'm just saying, bro. My man asked the question like it had to be him. Yo, it's always somebody. I was about to say this too before you even said that, G. But it's always somebody random that wins the tournament bracket. I remember one year I did this big, huge bracket challenge, man, and my homegirl ended up winning the whole thing. And all she did was pick her favorite mascot in each matchup, bro. She just picked her favorite mascot and ended up winning the tournament challenge, bro. So I don't know, man. I feel like that's really just luck of the draw type of thing right there. Sometimes it's a little skill.
I'm not gonna lie, that was like kind of my method. It was a mascot. And what is your school's name? I'm like, hold on. That's more spicier than the other one. I'm gonna go with that one. That's how I want it.
Hey, but before we move on from this, man, I got to give a shout out to who, in my opinion, is the greatest college basketball coach of all time. That's my guy Rick Pitino, who's now taken, I believe, six different schools to the NCAA tournament, with the latest being Iona. Don't be wrong, man. Iona, they're perennial NCAA tournament, attendee. But damn, Rick Pitino, man, it just seems like wherever he goes, man, he's gonna make a run. So that's another team I'd be hard pressed to count out just off the fact that they got Ricky P as the coach, man.
Very true.
Yeah, so let's keep it pushing, man. Now we got an interesting little segment coming up next. We sticking with the NCAA tournament talk a little bit, but we got our all-time starting 5 for NCAA basketball. So I think this is a good one, man. I'm excited to see who you guys got. Let's start with Rome, man. Let's hear it, bro.
Oh man, all right. So I had to maneuver mine a little bit, man. I had to maneuver mine a little bit because I didn't know if we were gonna go by specific positions or what. But I picked five solid players, I think. And I did a little bit of research because the fact of the matter is, during the college game, you got a big pool to pick from. You can go back. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be a player that was solid in the league either. They could have just been solid in college. So this was a tough one for me. But at the point guard, I had to go with Magic Johnson. Man. I obviously didn't get to see him play in college, but from what I hear, read, and the stats that he put up, man, I think he was one of the greatest point guards of all time, even at the college level. For the 2 guard, I had to do a little maneuvering. For my starting 5, I would put Steph at the 2 guard, Steph Curry. I just simply think one of the best shooters ever, period. College and NBA, like just one of the best shooters. Even watching his college game, man, he was just one of the best shooters, period. I don't know how debatable that even is. For the 3 guard, I had to go with MJ. I know that might be a little bit of a debate. You know, college MJ isn't NBA MJ, but we'll see what you guys say on that. For the 4 guard, I just changed it right before you called me, Bryce, which is funny, man. I had to go with Christian Laettner. I wasn't going to do it at first. Man, but we're talking college ball. I think he's got to be in my top 5 or my starting 5. And for the center, I went with Patrick Ewing. And that one is a little sentimental to me because grandma used to always watch him growing up. So that one I had to pick that one for the family.
I like that starting 5, man. You just reminded me. I ain't got Steph Curry in mind, but I almost did. And Steph Curry was balling out on Davidson, bro. He really made a name for himself. And that's back. I mean, he still got the baby face, but that's when my man looked like a straight child, bro. Like, he was a little dude on the court, balling with a couple no names. You know what I mean? I don't think any of those guys none of those guys made noise on the next level. I mean, remember they had a random big man who was all right, though. But yeah, that's a good starting 5, man. Really good starting 5. Strong. T, how's it looking, bro?
Hey man, there's so many players you could choose from in college, like Rome said, man. I mean, there was so many guys that were just fun to watch. Adam Morrison, Jimmy Fredette, take you all the way back to Lawrence Moten. I mean, Joe Smith, X-Ray Hip, Juan Dixon, Steve Blake, Jay. I could go on for days, but I'm gonna just name like people that I remember really just having great tournaments or great college seasons. So, and the one I had Mike Bibby. I remember Bibby at Arizona wearing the phones. That's where I really started to like Bibby as a player. Him and Miles Simon, they were going crazy down there playing for Ludos. Number 2 is Steph, man. Steph did a lot of teams dirty at Davis, and I think Georgetown might have been one of those mobs that Steph put in that cooking boy.
Dirty.
Steph was fun to watch, man, and then he went on to revolutionize the game. So Steph, Wade, D-Wade, and Marquette. You know what I'm saying? That's where his legend was born, because during the regular season, he wasn't really on my radar. I'm not sure if he was on everybody's radar, but he made a tournament run and put himself on the map. 4, I got Carmelo Anthony in Syracuse, man, and that 2-3 Jim Boeheim, man, those guys was tough, man. That was a tough mob, and Melo was playing inside, outside. He was bullying people in the paint. He was hitting threes. I mean, that's when you knew Melo was a dog. And then number 5, man, one of my favorite players to watch, and I'm biased here, but I can give some love to my man Psycho T, man. Tyler Haynesbury, UNC Tar Heels, man. Crazy white guy out there doing everything, all the dirty work, man, hustling on the boards. You know what I'm saying? You'll see him with a busted lip. Like, he was doing everything. He was just a winner. It didn't work at the next level for him, but he was a great college player. So, that's my 5. What is Scruff put up here, man? Kimba, JJ, Melo, KD, Emeka Okafor.
Emeka Okafor did ball, and I'll say JJ Redick was a hell of a college basketball player.
Redick really was.
JJ was.
For that.
Yeah, hell of a college basketball player, man. G, man, let's hear the starting 5.
My starting 5. So yeah, I know I'm a big Bulls fan, so I got 2 Bulls in the starting 5. They had great college seasons. I'm gonna go with Derrick Rose as my point, Joel King Noah as my center, and I'm gonna go with Zion as my forward, Chris Webber as my power forward, and I'm gonna go as KD as another guard.
Yeah, that's strong. Man. KD went crazy at Texas, bro. Like, everybody knew KD was gonna be a dog after the Texas year, man.
I mean, Augustine, yeah, that was a good year.
But it's so crazy, right? For KD, the fact that his only knock was he looked so skinny. I'm like, bro, it's because of that. His only knock was because he looked so skinny. They thought he was brittle. Look at him now, looking a top five defender in the league.
Nah, facts, bro.
He did look brittle in college, though.
Yes.
He did look brittle as hell in college.
He did, bro. But it was like he was still so unstoppable, man. Like, somebody else came out that same year he was balling too. Who was it, man? It was KD and somebody else was fighting for that top spot for a minute. KD just ran with it.
Was it Blake Griffin also? That's the same graduating class? No?
Was it Odin?
Yeah, there
I
you
don't
go.
remember who it
Yeah.
Older. I think it might have been older because I think KD went second, right? After
Yes.
Yeah, Greg
Seattle
Oden.
took KD.
That's another all-time college basketball great was Greg Oden. Like, bro, Greg Oden didn't amount to
Gordon
nothing with
was a
me.
con-
But at Ohio State, oh man, Greg Oden was a dog, bro. Everybody thought Greg Oden was gonna be nice at the next level too. Like he went before KD. So and it didn't sound crazy at the time, like which is ridiculous to look
Yeah,
back.
that's wild.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
But,
crazy
all
how
right,
this
man.
injury could just brittle his whole career, like the injuries, bro. Fuck. For center too. Fuck.
Sometimes I look at these athletes, I'm like, how can a guy be injury prone? And then I go to the gym and play ball with T and Chris Holt, and it's like, damn, my knees hurt. So I can't even blame these athletes, man. I see how, especially when these man is 7 feet tall, like I can see how the body will break down on you. But man, y'all was stealing a lot from my list, so I had to make some adjustments. But luckily, I had backups, so I'm just not spitting the same guys. One guy I got to keep on there, but. So for starters, man, I went with point guard. I went with Jimmer Fredette, man. Jimmer was balling so crazy, bro. In college, bro, it was ridiculous, bro. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he had a nice little run in the league at Sacramento. He was decent, but nothing like he was in college. The dude had multiple 40-point games. Even dropped 52 one game. You dropping 50 in college, you a problem. That just doesn't happen in the college game. 2 halves, like nobody's dropping 50. So Jimmer Fredette gets my point guard spot. For my 2 guard, it's the first memory I have of college basketball, and unfortunately, it was heartbreak for me. Ray Allen, man. Ray Allen took out my Hoyas on the last-second shot in the Big East tournament, bro, over Allen Iverson. Literally my first college basketball memory of all time. It still hurts me to this day. If you ever go back, you want to see the clip, man. Ray Allen wasn't even looking at the bucket when he shot the ball, and the ball took so many rolls on the rim before it fell in. Just a ridiculous shot. And that's when AI and Ray Allen were like, the best 2 players in the Big East at the time. Everybody was talking about him, and Ray Allen came out on top. AI had the better NBA career, I'd argue, but, both of them was hoopers.
Give or take. Who's champion?
Come on, bro. It's AI, bro. Ray Allen's a dog, but it's AI, bro. Who got the MVP?
Ray Allen.
Iverson over Jesus Shuttlesworth all day.
Yes, there you go. This is like the Shaq versus Chuck type of debate.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I don't got that many rings for it to be a Shaq debate, but I feel you.
He has 2. Ray Allen has 2.
Yeah, but he only played a very important role in one, and even that role was somewhat diminished. It was not a Shaq role, but he did play a role in all this. He did play a role.
What it is.
All right, so at the 3, man, I had KD. Well, first I had Melo, and then T took Melo. Then I had KD. G took KD. But then I started thinking, like, maybe this guy that I got third is really the guy that deserves it the most. And that's my guy, Michael Beasley, man. 26 and 12 at Kansas State. Who's averaging double-doubles in college? It's not that many. But Michael Beasley was a straight dog, man, at Kansas State. Honestly, bro, Michael Beasley's one of those guys where I feel like if he got the right opportunity in the NBA, he would have been way better than, what his NBA career ended up being. I mean, the dude is a scoring machine. I still feel like he'd go out there and give you buckets. I'm surprised he's unsigned right now. Even his last stint with the Lakers, he still showed he could get a bucket. So shout out to
Mike's been a dog since a kid, man. I had the pleasure of watching him hoop when he was younger, man. On the court, never been an issue for Mike. Never. It's off the court, man. If you remember, he got kicked out of the little rookie symposium thing as soon as he got drafted. But Mike is a pure hooper, man. He's your favorite player's favorite player. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say, and it seems like a lot of people agree, bro. Everybody that plays knows that Mike Beasley is a dog, man. So he had to make my team. 26 and 12, bro, in college, bro. Like, you making my squad. Number 4, at the 4, man, I got a nostalgic pick from me, man. Another round the way selection, and that's my guy Len Bias, man. Especially considering that we never saw Len Bias on the NBA level, and all we can do is just go back and watch his tapes from college and imagine what he could have been. And all I can think is, what if he would have, made it to the Celtics with Larry Bird into his career and all them guys, man? It would have been ridiculous. I feel like we was robbed of one with Len Bias. Rest in peace to the great Lenny, man. But he definitely my all-time NCAA starting five. And at the five, man, T, I got to agree with you, man. Crazy T, Tyler Hansbrough. This dude was such a dog in college. It was ridiculous, bro. Like, he averaged a double-double. Like I said, you average a 2010 double-double in college, like you're a dog. And then after he averaged that double-double, he followed up with a chip the next season. Tyler Hansbrough, one of the greatest all-time college basketball players. And the one thing I think is interesting about everybody's list is there's a good amount of guys who didn't really amount to anything, or not anything, but didn't amount to much in the NBA. And Tyler Hansbrough is another one of them dudes, man. He wasn't a difference maker in the NBA, but in college he was such a dog, man. He was such a dog, and it just goes to show you that the college game and the NBA game are so much different, man. It's just like I'm thinking of other guys who were just great in college. They got in the NBA and they weren't all that. I'm thinking of what's my guy's name with the brother Zeller. Remember Zeller from Indiana, the younger one? He was a dog in college, bro. Like I thought this dude, I was sure he was gonna be nice in the NBA. Is it Cody? Is Cody the younger one?
Cody's in the league. You probably talking about Tyler, I think.
Yeah, I'm talking about Cody though. I'm talking about Cody in
Cody?
Indiana, bro. When Cody was at Indiana, I was like, bro, he's gonna be a dog in the league. Didn't really amount to anything. So it's just like it's a lot of guys in the college game, bro. You watching ball, you think they're gonna be something special. Get to the league, not so much. And then you got guys in the college game. You look at him like, he ain't nothing. Get to the league and he's a straight dog. Another guy that's an honorable mention I got to give some credit to is Gordon Hayward, man. Had one of the best misses in the history of the NCAA tournament. I don't remember if y'all remember when Butler was in the chip and he heaved that thing from half court and that joint rimmed out. Like that could have changed the trajectory of how he's viewed. I mean, he's pretty good in the NBA, but man, if he would have hit that half court shot, who knows how he would be viewed as a legend right now. So just so many players, man, that the small things are just the difference between how we view them.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Juan Dixon, Steve Blake. I mean, Steve Blake had a solid career, but I just knew Juan was gonna be a legit, you know what I'm saying, all-star. It's a lot of guys you see. Like you said, man, that college game don't always translate. Zoning guys, coaches scheming it up for you, the shot clock different, the strength and size of players.
Yeah.
Just different ball game out there.
Like you could be a legit fat boy in college basketball and be a dog. Like my boy, remember Sean May from UNC? Sean May used to control the paint at UNC, bro. Like he couldn't have been more than 6'8". He was a straight dog in college, bro. It's just so many.
Couple of them, man.
In Maryland, like
Sean May, Mike Sweetney, Othello.
Mike Sweetney, hey. My God. That's my guy right there. Mike Sweeney was a dog, bro. I think he made the league. He made the league for a little second.
Yeah. He was on the Knicks for a second, I think.
Yeah. Didn't do much in the league, but yeah, Georgetown, man. We done had some ballers come through Georgetown for sure.
I'm mad y'all said the Knicks. Disappointed in you guys.
Yeah, y'all the type of team to draft those guys that were nice in college and don't amount to nothing in the league.
Hey, I'm not a fan. Chill out. Don't put some respect on my name.
My bad, bro. I thought you went all the way with New York, bro. New York Giants, New York Knicks. I guess you done bandwagon hop to Brooklyn now, huh?
Never. Matter of fact, I'll do it just to be in spite. This is spite you, them Knicks fans. Yeah, y'all hear this? Remember, I always slander the Knicks. I'm a diehard Knick hater.
Yeah,
diehard Knick hater.
But I want to see some starting fives, man. So if y'all got your all-time NCAA starting five, drop it in the comments, man. Like we said, the gas bracket challenge is open. Hop in, win you a gas bundle. Matter of fact, second place getting the gas bundle too, man. So hop into the gas bracket challenge. It's gonna be lit. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, one of the panelists win this year. Like I'm hoping for that. Hopefully,
I'm taking that thing home, man. No bundles.
All right, T, man. We gonna see, brother. We need a panelist to take it, man. We can't keep getting beat in our own challenge.
I got you, man.
You didn't have us in the fantasy football, so I hope you got us on the bracket.
That was a little different.
My man was so far out in fantasy football, he started blaming the rules. I don't like this rule stuff, man.
Sound like a sore loser.
For the record, I was blaming the rules before the league even started. All right.
That's a fact. It just once the league started, you found more rules to blame. But
points per reception makes no sense. You can really have 15 fantasy points and no relevance. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, pretty soon you're gonna be drafting offensive linemen in fantasy football. Once that happens, it's over.
Oh my God.
I'll take that.
I retired.
Pancakes per game.
Yeah, you get a holding -1.
Get a holding -1. Yeah.
I think we on to something, bro. They should pay us for that idea right there. Hey, fellas, another great episode though, man. I enjoy hearing y'all starting fives, man. It's getting nostalgic for me. I think I'm gonna turn on to YouTube, watch some old college clips, man. I think it's that type of night. But hey, man, like we said, Gas Sports for the culture. Follow us on everything at GoodAssSports. If you haven't downloaded the Gas app, you're missing out. Type Gas Network in on anywhere you can find the app. We come into the smart TV next, so just wait for it. If you ever want your Gas content, the best place to get it is on the GoodAssSports app. Rom, did I miss anything, bro?
Nah, I don't think so, man. Definitely download that app. Be on the lookout for some articles that we're gonna be dropping, basketball, football, everything, man. And definitely hop on the bracket, man, so you can try to win you a bundle.
Yeah, nah, facts. And if you win the bundle, make sure you wear the shirt and take a nice little Instagram photo with it, man. It's lit. Y'all know how we end every show, fellas.
We're gonna have Nick working in the sub shop pretty good all week.
Put Nick to work.
Put Scrub to work, man. Man, Scrub cranking out that merch, man. So make sure y'all support. Y'all know how we end every show, fellas, with good old sports for the culture.
Sports for the culture.
Para cultura.